Well, this next video topic that we're going to be discussing today, you guys, is absolutely insane. It's truly sad and troubling, and it's a YouTuber I never expected to talk about. We're going to be talking about Kayla Malec today, y'all. Now, she started her YouTube channel in 2019. She pretty much blew up for just how positive she was, her bubbly personality, her beauty, and everybody really started to fall in love with Kayla Malec. And as positive of a front that she put out there to the audience when she was on camera, on stream, the thing about it was nobody really knew the trouble and severity of her situation with her boyfriend behind closed doors. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. And I do want to give you guys a trigger warning because we are going to be talking about DV. Kayla Malec is a YouTube star slash influencer, and she has over 1.75 million subscribers. And while she's very popular, a lot of people started to really come across her when she uploaded a two-part video series where it's titled He Doesn't Love You Part 1 and He Doesn't Love You Part 2. And in this very troubling video series that she did upload over to her YouTube channel, she talks about her experience with DV and her past relationship with her now ex, Evan Johnson. She has taken this series to TikTok where she goes over the dates and events of stuff that has happened in order, and that's what I want to be taking a look at today because these two videos are incredibly long. But I feel like her story is very important to put out there because you never truly know what's happening behind closed doors with anybody that you watch online. What makes Kayla's situation very sad to me personally is the fact that there were signs there all along that nobody picked up on until she came out and made the situation public. After she made the situation public, a lot of people started diving back into her video history and were like, oh, signs were there all along. She displayed bruises multiple times, redness on her neck, and people were thinking, how did we never pick up on this until she came out and made it public? I want to take a look at the TikTok series that she did upload on this, not the original YouTube series, but if you guys search for her, you guys can watch it for yourself. I started watching it, not gonna lie, the first part to her. I did end up finishing watching this. I watched both part 1 and part 2 on my laptop a few nights ago, and first time I came across the part 1, I didn't know who she was, and it was incredibly sad. So I clicked off of it, and then, I don't know, I wanted to dive back into it because it's actually really troubling and really sad. So like I said, again, trigger warning, we are going to be talking about DV. If that's not something you're in a headspace to talk about, please click off of this video and protect your peace. But with that being said, if you are going to continue to watch, just keep that in mind that there is a trigger warning for this. With that being said, let's dive right into it.
But I had bought the Airbnb. I just got the craziest text in my life. What the fuck? Oh my fucking god, I hate this dude. I fucking hate this dude. I fucking... So dead in my life. I don't remember anything after the sexy red segment with ignore it, just ignore it. We're gonna ignore it. Well, the story is don't let a man give you hickeys. Aww. Eyeball is pus shut. Cannot open it.
Name an animal. Wrong answers only.
This wasn't from me, but somebody trying to get to me. Thank God for lock. Here we have my makeup dragged across the wall for reasons that I cannot share yet. It's my face being slammed up.
We're going to be diving into her story of what really happened. Like I said, part 1 and part 2 is up on her YouTube channel, but then she also posted a timeline of these events over to TikTok. What makes this situation incredibly sad is she met this man in 2024, so they haven't been dating for that long before all of this really started to occur. And I'm going to say this is all alleged for legal reasons, even though we can all form our own opinions and form whether we actually believe it or not. I'm actually on the side of I believe her because literally the proof is in the pudding and the photos and the video evidence that she has shared. Now, as I stated, they met through mutual friends in 2024 and started dating roughly 6 months after they started meeting. They started being seen out together, and that's whenever the public started to form their own opinions of, hey, they're actually a couple. Then she went public with him actually being her boyfriend. Thing about it is, all of this was happening behind closed doors and off camera, and nobody would have known about it until stuff started to be leaked, such as these text messages here. And I want to take a look at this video here as well because she actually did a tour of their Airbnb shortly after she experienced DV. And it's disheartening, this whole thing. I'm probably going to stutter through because it's super sad. And it's really hard to like explain and express in words how sorry I actually feel for her having to go through this.
Okay, guys, so we got to the Airbnb a few hours ago, but here's the little tour. So over here, we got the goddamn bedroom. Okay. We got the bathroom, super cute. Then over here, we have the living room, super cute. And then over there's the water. It's like right on the water. And then here's the kitchen, and I kind of messed up, and I broke this. Oh, okay. It's whatever, man. It sucks. And then if we come over here, we got the bedroom. Yeah, we got the bedroom. And then over here is our bathroom. They have some good ass shower shit. Like, I just use this. Hell yeah, Dove. I'll take it. All the tangles are out of my hair. And then over here we have the second bathroom. I'm so sunburnt. Look at my lips.
If y'all look closely, there's actually bruises on her neck from hand marks where he choked her, then dragged her through that Airbnb. She explains that this video was recorded 2 hours after the incident did take place. That's why the carpet was messed up and the cabinet was broken, and she did have visible bruises and markings on her body.
Like, that's sunburn on my lips. Oh shoot, my scepter ring. Yeah. So this is the bathroom, super cute.
She posted that video and she ended up saying, I found this on my camera roll. This was 2 hours after he had attacked me in Hawaii, August 28th. I still attempted to film a tour of the Airbnb for y'all. You can see the rug scrunched up from him dragging me, broken cabinet from being dragged, in the blood on my shirt. Chills. This whole thing is very disturbing, but to see him just laying on the bed relaxing with his hands over his chest like he's resting in a coffin 2 hours after a DV incident did take place, and she's trying her best to just act normal, move on from that instance, and just do an Airbnb apartment tour. It's very disturbing. Now, I do want to start getting into her actual story and the documented times and dates of events that did take place for her. Again, she goes into more detail in her He Doesn't Love You Part 1 and Part 2 videos that are available on her YouTube channel. Feel free to go check those out because it gives a lot more context to the situation, to how they met, to when everything started to take place, to how it ended. But with that being said, I want to dive into her TikTok series because this is when she gives detailed time and events of the dates and everything that actually did occur.
Every time I start one of these videos, like, I never know how to, but by now I've made it. I've told my story. The past 9 months I've been in an extremely abusive relationship. I just posted a 3-hour-long YouTube video going into detail with the first half of the story, but I want to kind of come on here and I hate doing this. I want to talk about some of the really important dates that were in my video for the people that haven't watched the YouTube video or don't have YouTube or only on TikTok, but I'm going to try to do this on here.
Now, the part 1 to this video series where she starts to go into detail, she talks about August 7th of 2024, and she says that this is when both of them decided to go out. They were both drinking, and this is the first time that she realized he has the capability of getting physical because of all the verbal abuse and the argument that led on this day. She states how it was around 10 p.m. and at this point they had been arguing for a majority of the day. They were both intoxicated, even though he was way more intoxicated than she was. And they were just arguing about anything and everything that they could at that point in the hotel room.
And at this point in our relationship, we had been talking for like 3 months, dating for 3 months, whatever you want to call it. And verbal abuse was, I mean, like, that was a normal thing in our relationship at this point. I was called a bitch more than I ever heard my name. I don't want to cry. But I heard bitch more than I heard Kayla at this point in our relationship. So he's just, doing the usual, you bitch, you slut, you cunt, you whore, loose pussy, just like all of that stuff. And he's just like yelling at me about whatever, just calling me a whore. That was his go-to. He always thought that I was lying about my body count or cheating on him. And I can, hand to God, because honestly, if I did cheat on him, I wouldn't give a fuck about saying it because after all the shit that I was put through. But hand to God, I was so loyal. I never cheated. I never cheated on him. I never texted another guy. Nothing. But in his mind, he was just so convinced. So he's just yelling about that.
She goes on to say that even though he's obviously been horrible to her and they were just in this really bad argument after he grabbed his keys to leave, she still loved him and she didn't want anything bad to happen to him after driving while intoxicated. So in her mind at this point, yes, they were arguing, but she did not want anything bad to happen to him while driving under the influence, so she did run after him to either get the keys or try her best to get him to stop from getting in the vehicle and actually starting it.
So I run down the stairs after him, and he gets in his car, and I get in the passenger seat of the car. I have the door open, and my legs are on the ground, and I'm like, you're not leaving, and he can't pull his car out because I'm like half in, half out of his car on the passenger side. And I just have the door open, and I'm just like, you're not going, and I'm just like making it so that he can't drive off. Because in my mind, he's drunk. He's either gonna get a DUI and go to jail, or two, he's going to crash and like, I'm just screaming and crying, please don't go, like, you're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna go to jail, blah, blah, blah. And he's just screaming at the top of his lungs at me, saying, I'm fucking going, fuck you. And, I'm just sitting there, like, on the pavement, like, half in his car, half out his car, trying to get him not to drive off. And that's when he balls his fists up and looks at me. And I remember looking at him, and it was like, it didn't look like him. It looked like a demon. Like, it sounds so dumb, but, like, his eyes were just, like, blank. And he balls up his fist, and he looks at me. And, like, it looks like he's about to punch me in the face. But, like, last second, he moves his arm and punches his windshield of his car so hard that the rearview mirror falls off. The entire thing shatters. Like, the whole thing shatters. And it's because, he last second decided not to punch me in the face, but to punch his windshield. So, at that point, I, like, literally collapse on the floor outside, and I just start sobbing because I've never been that close to being hit before.
She said after this incident did occur, she did end up just collapsing on the ground beside the car, bawling her eyes out, sobbing uncontrollably, because this was him in a new light for her. Yes, he was always verbally abusive, but this is the first time she realized, oh, he might actually be capable of being physical with me. She also states that 2 days after this incident is whenever he did hit her for the first time. Now, she's about to discuss how he tried to cover up this punching the window incident that did break the windshield on his car by saying, just tell people that I hit it with a golf ball, and the golf ball is what broke it and not me.
This was the next night. I'm pretty sure this was like August 8th. He decided that we should use the broken windshield as clickbait for his Snapchat. So we taped, you can see the Gorilla Tape right there. We Gorilla Taped a golf ball on there, and we grabbed one of his golf clubs and took this picture. This was the day after. You could literally see how puffy my eyes are from like crying the night before. And this was his idea. Because we couldn't tell anybody that, his windshield shattered because he almost punched me in the face. So we did this. But
after stating that he wanted to cover this up and use it as clickbait for his Snapchat story, they taped a golf ball and then took a picture of her holding a golf club next to it, like she was the one who broke the windshield and not him from a violent episode. She does end up explaining that this is the very last time that he tried to refrain from laying his hands on her. Instead of punching her, he hit the windshield, but this was the last time that he did that. And after this, that's whenever all the physical violence did occur in the relationship.
August 9th. Oh my god, this sucks. Shit. August 9th, 2024 is the first time that he had gotten physical with me.
She does go on to say that the first part of the video that she did upload to her YouTube channel was not the entire story. She had a part 2 that was in the process of being uploading, and as I'm filming this video right now, it is up on her channel, and it's been up for quite some time now. She does end up saying that she does provide proof of this actually happening. She has receipts, she has videos, she has screenshots and stuff that she did include in her video, but the part 1 was not the worst of it. Part 2, which is going to be uploading as of recording this video now, which is again up, she was saying that when the part 2 does go up, that's going to show the worst of it when he tries to unalive her. Now, this is her explaining August 9th and what took place on that day for her. She was saying that they both went out, they were both intoxicated. He was heavily intoxicated. They got an Uber to go home, and he ended up looking at her, calling her SLUT, and slapping her in the face in the backseat of the Uber.
I end up jumping out of the Uber because I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And I end up calling after like 30 minutes a new Uber back home because I was just like so confused on what just happened. Like he literally, like we were in the Uber, he calls me a slut and slaps me in the face. So I end up getting back home maybe like an hour after him. When I walk back in to his room, he's leaned over the toilet like throwing up. And I talked about this in the YouTube video. But when I walked in that room, he looked up at me. Like, I feel like I don't even have tears left to fucking cry, but, like, my body wants to cry. He looks up at me with the most soulless eyes I've ever seen. Like, they look like black holes. And I will never fucking forget that look. And he basically just starts cussing me out, saying that I'm a slut as usual. Same shit that he had been doing for the past 3 months, but this time it's like really aggressive, like really, really aggressive, kind of like what had happened 2 days before when he was in his car.
She talks about how things started to get really, really heated in this moment between the two of them, and he had the audacity to reach up and punch her in the face. This is truly so heartbreaking, and that's why I gave you guys a trigger warning at the beginning of the video, because we are going to be going into extensive stories on Kayla and her DV experience.
For real this time. So hard to the point where my teeth leave indents in the bottom of my lip. I could try to insert a photo. I don't know if it'll let me, but it's all on YouTube. And then he just starts punching me as hard as he can in my arm, my leg, my hand, everywhere that he could. And then he turns around and he shatters my vanity that was in his room, and glass goes everywhere, all over my makeup. Here's a picture of my vanity, a screenshot from a video that I had taken, shattered it. Here's some of my lip. I don't, the full thing's on YouTube. So yeah, and walk back into the bathroom, and he's at the sink washing blood off of his hand because he had cut it from breaking my vanity. And that's when I start recording.
As hard as this is and was for her, I'm really glad that she did record these moments, because it's just proof for her, so she has it and has record of this actual she had went through. Now, the very unfortunate thing about this is a lot of the times when victims do come out and speak about the DV that they did go through, or the SA that they went through, literally anytime a victim comes forward, there's always people with doubts in their mind, and a lot of people were on Kayla's side, but there was also a lot of people who were saying that she was just lying, she just wanted attention, and she did provide receipts of all this stuff actually happening. To make matters worse, in moments that she provided receipts of, he would turn around, she'd be like, why would you do that? And he was saying, well, why would you make me do that? Evan was clearly the aggressor in the situation, but he turned around multiple times to try to play the victim and make it seem like she was the one who did something or started something, and that's why he did the things that he did to her. And clearly none of this is her fault. Nobody absolutely deserves any of this to happen to them, especially not her. And it seems like Evan truly did have an issue with alcohol and controlling his temper, and I don't know, y'all. The footage that she displays is actually truly terrifying, horrible, and extremely, it's depressing. It's not even sad, it is depressing. Now, when he did break her vanity and hit her and that whole fight ensued, she did take out her phone to record it and capture bits of what did happen after the fact, to which then it continued to go on, but then she actually at that point had him on video doing these things to her. And I'm going to be playing a clip from her original YouTube video, the He Doesn't Love You Part 1 that she did upload, and she did say that that video was so hard for her to actually look at, so she did not even watch the entire thing. She just watched, you know, the bits and pieces of it, but said she felt like it was very important to include that as a part of the video for evidence. Before we get into that video, I want to give a massive, massive, massive trigger warning, because it is going to be showing domestic violence. Now, I wouldn't show this clip, but I feel like it's very important to show this clip based on everything that she is saying, because I don't want you guys to have doubts in your mind that she's doing this for clout. If you guys don't go watch the original videos that she did upload where she does provide all these receipts and proof, even though we have seen receipts and proof so far, this is an actual video of it taking place and happening to her. So again, massive trigger warning, because I am going to be showing this video. Again, massive trigger warning. If you are not in the headspace to watch this, I'll leave a timestamp after it's over so y'all can skip forward. And again, I have a hard time myself watching this clip. It's something I struggled with getting through watching, and I'm pretty tough of a person. So y'all might really struggle getting through this clip. Again, keep an eye on the screen because I'm going to be leaving a timestamp right now. So if you cannot watch it, please skip forward, pass up that clip. But I feel like it's very important to provide that clip for further context.
Oh no! Fucking bash my fucking... Oh my god. Good. Did you get fucked by big black niggas? I hope so, you fucking slut. Everyone on the road said, hey, give me neck. Fuck you! You keep hitting me. Oh my jaw. You are so dumb. You broke my jaw. You broke my jaw. I'm calling the police. You broke my jaw. You broke my jaw. You broke my jaw. I didn't do it. What? You're the biggest pussy I've ever met. I can't wait to your mom sees this. Sees what? That you fucking broke my jaw and you hit me multiple times. And now you fucking broke the... Fuck you, Evan. I did nothing. I don't like you, bro. You're done. Fuck you. Fuck you, Evan. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a fucking whore. Fuck you. Fuck you. Smell your pussy. Is it spreading? Is it spreading? Fuck you. I don't like you no more. Ow! Bitch, get the fuck away from me. Fuck you, Evan. Bitch, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away. I'm trying to fix my broken hand from your ass. I hope you enjoyed Broadway. I sat by a trash can waiting 30 minutes for your fucking ass. 30 minutes for your fucking ass. Where were you? Fucking by a black nigga. Probably fucking fuck you, bitch. I hope you fucking deserve it, bitch. Oh, look how spread that pussy is, bitch. Look how spread that pussy is. Look how spread that pussy is. Leave, bitch. Leave. I can smell that pussy from a mile away. Look your mom.
Honestly, that clip made me sob. I was literally sobbing when I watched it in her original video. I sobbed as I screen grabbed it so that I can post it in this one, and I sobbed watching it back just as we did this video. My heart is so absolutely torn apart for Kayla right now. It's insane. I don't understand how anybody can do anything like this to anybody. Honestly, Evan, her ex, is an absolute monster. I'm so deeply sorry that this happened to her, but I'm so happy that she did capture these moments, because it's very important to have this. If she would go to court, if she would try to get a restraining order, it'd be her word versus his, and that doesn't always go well. I know people in the past who had to do situations like this, and it's easier for the court and anybody involved if there is footage or proof that this did take place. I feel like this is a lot. It's a lot to unpack. It's a lot to talk about. It's not going to be monetized, more than likely. I feel like instead of doing one huge video, we're going to talk about the situation in parts. It's, you know, as a viewer standpoint, because I did view the original videos that were uploaded to her channel, it was hard to sit through. But as the content creator, this is hard to talk about. I think how I'm going to go about doing these videos, of course, I'm going to be leaving DV hotlines. I'm going to be leaving a charity for DV, and we're going to do this in parts, like I said, just so it's a very heavy topic, and I feel like it would not do good for anybody's mental health to sit here and listen to everything straightforward. Again, her name is Kayla Malec. She did upload part 1 and part 2 over to her channel. The full story is already there. I'm going to wrap this up here just for our mental health, our digestive safety when it comes to talking about very sensitive subjects like this. I think this is probably the hardest video I've ever tried to make on my channel, and I am gonna sit back after I make this and just try to think about the best ways I can go about it moving forward. I think it would be easier to cover it in parts, go through the months, go through the dates, listen to what she had to say and her side of the story, but I don't know if it would be, let me know if you guys are okay to sit through a long video talking about a heavy subject such as this, or if we should just take it slowly and do it in parts. And before I even decided to try to do this video today, I kept arguing with myself in my head about, this is not your story to tell, this isn't content, this isn't something you should be, it's not something to react to, it's not something to comment on, but I feel like it is a very serious topic and people need to talk more about it. Like I said, you never really know what goes on behind somebody's closed doors, and even the incident with the broken windshield, he tried to hide what really happened and clickbait that Kayla hit a golf ball through the windshield, and in reality it was him having a violent episode and outburst. I'm gonna wrap this up here. We will be diving back into it. I really want to know y'all's thoughts and opinions about whether we should sit down and continue this in a long form video so we can hear her full story rather than doing this in parts. But like I said, it's a very heavy subject, so I just want it to be easy to digest for you guys. Just let me know how the best way it would be for you. Again, this isn't my story to tell, but I felt like it was important to talk about it today to spread awareness for Kayla to share her story, for her to say in her own words how she felt and what happened, and to expose that piece of Evan for anybody who doesn't know her but knows him and doesn't know what he's capable of. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm sorry it was a very heavy subject, but I felt compelled to talk about it. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video.